Hey guys, it's your girl Imelda Jones and welcome to my channel again. If you're new here, welcome. I love you so much. Feel at home. If you're back here again, thank you very much. I love you. Please subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, I'll give you 2 seconds to do so. Thank you. Let's get into today's video. Today we are doing part 2 of life in China. I know it took a very long time for me to do the video. I'm really sorry guys, but here I am to finish that part 2. So in this video we're going to talk about the cost of living in China, and I'll be saying these things on a student view. So yeah, cost of living as a student, the security and safety of a student when you're there, the technology, and how to get your stay permit there, how the whole procedure, and also medical or hospital, health. Yeah, so let's get into it. Okay, so what's the cost of living in China as a student? For a student, I would say minimum you need like 800, 1,000 to 1,500. That's the one which will pay your water bill, your electricity bill, your eat. That's for a budgetable person. Like, it's a reasonable budget. I'm not saying you can't get above that, but you can get, so let's say like approximately monthly 200 USD, 150 USD, 250 there, 300. It's enough for someone who is living a normal life. But if you wanna live the lavish life, go ahead, do even 1,000 USD a month because it's fun. China is really fun. So if you have the money to enjoy, do that. But if you're on budget, I'll tell you that 150 USD, 200 is enough for a month for doing, like, for living, for day-to-day activities. It's enough. And that's for a student, because as a student you can eat at the canteen, and eating at the canteen is cheaper. If you're living inside school, that means water bill is cheap, electricity is cheap. So you can't really, I can't really say for expenses as if you're going to work there or you're just going there for leisure, because you will need hotels. In fact, even hotels in China, they're really cheap. They're cheap hotels which are comfortable. So I'll say, yeah, that price is a reasonable price. Yeah, but you can go ahead and get more than that. That's upon yourself. Another thing I would want to talk, many people ask, like, is it safe for black people there? Many countries, they're not safe, especially when you're a black person. It's not safe. But let me tell you guys, in China, it's the most safest place. Like, it's really safe. I'm not lying. Okay, there's discrimination here and there, but you probably won't feel it. I don't know. Okay, so the discrimination part is just maybe you might go to a certain hotel or restaurant and they'll refuse to serve you. They'll be like, maybe, oh, sorry, we don't allow black people here. They will tell you, like, politely. So yeah, and I understand, because most of the time they don't allow blacks because we are noisy, and most of these people, they like sleeping around 22, and us, we want to party at 22 hours. So yeah, I understand when they refuse such things. So before you book a place, you have to make sure they allow a black person before you go there, so that you don't feel embarrassed. Yeah, but apart from that, you won't feel the discrimination part. I mean, they will be staring at you most of the time, maybe ask to touch your hair. Is that your hair? Especially braids like this, they'll be shocked, because for them it's not something common. And maybe they'll ask to touch your skin. Yeah, but that's it. And another thing in security, nobody steals for nobody. That's a good part about China. You'll forget your phone maybe in a metro station or a bus station, and you'll find it. If it's an iPhone, you can just track it and you'll find it where you left it. Leave it even for 2 days. In fact, they might even get it and start looking for you, like you left your phone somewhere. That's how much safe it is. So yeah, in a part of security and safety, China is the place. And let's talk about how to get your stay permit there. Before you leave your country, you get a visa, right? But when you go there, you have to get a stay permit, a leave permit, a living permit. Yeah, you know, they'll give you the 30 days to stay visa free in that visa that you have. But when you get that side, you have to have like a stay permit, which will be punched on your passport, whereby it expires after a year. I don't know if there are some for 6 months, I'm not sure, but I know that mostly it's for a year, and it's not expensive. So how to get it? When you get to your school will tell you to do your medical report again. I know you did it in your country, but you have to do it again. And when the results come, you'll join. If you don't have anything wrong with your health, you'll combine that plus your passport plus your visa plus your school documents, the ones they gave you, and that's for the first time. Oh, it's called resident permit. I remember, a resident permit, not stay permit, but it's still the same thing. But yeah, then you go to the visa office with all those documents, with the passport size pictures. Maybe the rules are different from each city, but from my city, that's how you do it. The city I was in, I mean, and most of the cities I know, that's how they do it. You go to the visa office and submit everything. Some they require you to get an appointment, and some they don't really require you to get an appointment. You go to the visa office, submit everything. Those people can speak English, so you don't have to worry about that. And after you submit, they will take a picture of you, you will sign, and they will tell you maybe come after 1 week to collect your passport. You can pay there or pay when you come collect your passport. Yeah, so yeah, you can pay there or you can come pay the day they gave you for collection of your passport. And before all that, you also need to pay for your insurance, whereby I think it's different from every other school. For your medicals, it's different. Some cities they don't require you to do a drug test. It's a must for you to do a drug test. So when they will tell you the hospital they want you to do it from, and when you get there and say the name of your school, they know what your school requires, what test your school requires. So the prices might vary according, like from different schools. Some schools will be maybe 350 yuan, some will be 550 yuan. So it will vary according to what test is required in this school and what test is not required in that school. And you pay for your insurance. Most of the time it's 800 yuan per year, 400 for 6 months, even though they refuse 6 months most of the time. I'm not sure about other places, but most of the time they refuse 6 months because you're asking for a visa of a resident permit for 1 year, so you can't be paying insurance for 6 months. I'll explain where the insurance will come like in handy, but you won't really use it. Anyway, yeah, then when it reaches the time to collect your passport, you can go collect it. If you didn't pay, you'll make a payment, then you're good to stay in China. You can go literally anywhere. Maybe sometimes they stop Africans and or international people and check their passport, like, are you really legal? Like, they'll check your passport. So as long as you have that stamp of the resident permit there, you're good. So yeah, you're living in China. So let's talk about the medical expenses, your health, and the insurance and all that part. Because I know if you're staying in China, maybe at some point you'll get sick, you won't be feeling well. So let's talk about that part. So China medication is expensive. Going to the hospital is expensive for international people, especially students. I think if you're working, they give you some sort of insurance that covers whenever you go to the hospital. But for a student, it's really expensive. So when you just go, okay, there are some things are cheap. Like let's say getting your glasses is cheap. Fixing your teeth, it's cheap. But things like maybe you're not sure, maybe you just have a stomach pain and you want to check, it will cost you. So if you're not feeling well and you want to go to the hospital, be sure to have money, because you won't know how it got from 100 yuan to 2000 yuan in a second. It will just fly and change. So yeah, there are small things that won't cost you, but most of the things will cost you. And the insurance doesn't apply for small issues like that. So if you want to go to the hospital, maybe you just have a stomach bug or you're just feeling some sort of fever, the insurance won't cover. The insurance will come up, maybe you got an accident and maybe you're required to have a surgery. Maybe the surgery is like 20,000 plus. That's when the insurance will start covering. Or maybe you're sick, you've been staying in the hospital and your bill is reaching maybe 20,000 or something. I'm talking UN, not 20,000 shillings. 20,000 yuan, and that's like a lot of money. But yeah, when the cost of staying in the hospital reaches that amount, that's when the insurance starts kicking in, and you have to start submitting all those documents. They will require you to do blah 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 blah. It's complicated. Just pray you don't get sick in China. Take care of your health. Stay warm, especially in cold season. Stay warm. Don't get sick. Drink fluids when it's hot. Drink plenty of fluids. Don't get sick. When they say it's too hot, stay indoors. Be sure to stay indoors because you don't want to get sick in China. Guys, you don't want to get sick in China. Okay, I think they are understood. Let's go to another part. Technology in China. Guys, as you already know, China is, I think, the most developed country. Okay, if not the most, maybe among the most developed countries in this world. China has advanced its technology like in all levels you can think about. So I'll just talk about some few things, but when you go there, you'll see it for yourself. You'll be like, wow, everything will be like, wow. Like the person coming from the village and you're now in town, that's what you'll be feeling. Like most of the things. Okay, so I'll just say like the most fun technologies. First, you can stay in China without touching cash. Like you can stay in China for 4 years, you have never touched cash, you have never touched yuan. Everything you can just do on your phone. You have your WeChat. WeChat has WeChat Pay. You have Alipay, so you can pay literally for anything with WeChat Pay or Alipay. You go to the hospital, you will scan. Someone can pay you via WeChat Pay, Alipay. If maybe you're doing some sort of business and someone has to pay you, you can just give them your code and they can make the payment. I mean, I mean, that's that was my among the favorite things about China. Like you don't have to touch cash because it's easy, it's simple. And for transport, you can enter a bus and just scan your phone to make payment to enter the bus. No cash. Going to the metro, you scan. There's a place in Alipay where you can pay for a train. You just scan, you're in the train. You don't need when I say you don't need to remove cash, you don't need unless you choose to use cash. But if you don't want to use cash, you may not use it completely. And then another thing, apart from the money part, another fun thing about China, uh, around the city, they will have like bicycles or electric bikes where anybody can scan them and then you'll be charged according to where you're going, the distance you're going. Guys, so for example, yeah, you don't want to catch a bus that day and maybe you're going somewhere very near or you're just tired to walk. You can just look for a place, scan a bicycle, use it, leave it anywhere. You can just go with it until like almost home and just leave it downstairs. And you lock it, it stops counting. It will bring your total of money. And it's cheap. I know what you're thinking. It's cheap. So that's for electric bike and that's for bicycles. Cars, no. But electric bikes and bicycles, yes, especially inside schools, they tend to have that because the university must be big. So moving from class A to class B can be a bit of a distance. You might not always be able to walk. So that's where the bicycles and electric bikes come. It's fun. It was fun. That part was fun. And then another thing about China in the part for technology that I really, really liked and I really, really enjoyed. Another thing that I really loved Power banks. You can scan power banks in China. So just like the way it is with bicycles and electric bikes, yeah. Let's say you're in the club and your phone is low and you don't have a charger and you don't want to put your phone down. You don't have a power bank. There are places you scan, you remove a power bank, you pay. Most of them you can pay after you have used according to how many hours you have used or how many minutes you have used, and some you have to put a deposit before you scan. That's if you don't return, they'll go with the deposit, whereby the deposit is like 100 yuan, which is really cheap. And you will scan, and then when you're done using, you've charged your phone enough, you return. You can return at the same exact place, or you can return in any spot around the city. There are just like different spots where you can return the power bank and it can stop charging you, so it will count from when you removed it until the time you insert it. How amazing. I know what you're thinking. It's wow. Yeah, that's the part I liked. Another thing is shopping online shopping. It's not like here in Tanzania whereby you have to start struggling, like asking, can you put for me in the bolt, can you do you do free deliveries? Cancel that. Go to China, you buy something like their application for online shopping. So like there's Taobao, there's Alibaba, there's Pindodo. So let's say you ordered something from Taobao. Let's say you ordered some shoes, a pair of Nikes. The cost they're charging you there, it will charge like plus transport. It will still be cheap, but they will cover that transport. So if you put the address, like you can literally put your address, like the location, the building, your room number, your house number, and it will come until outside your door, guys. I'm not even joking. So, and it won't even take long, mostly 3 to 5 days. If it's maybe coming from far cities, whatever you ordered, it will take maybe like 5 days. But mostly, if it's just near, it's just like 3 days. And some things are even delivered within a day. And that's not only for shoppings or such like that. You're craving McDonald's, you don't want to go to McDonald's. You're craving KFC, you don't want to come out of the house, especially winter season. Just get into your phone, you order KFC, you choose whatever you want to choose, you put your address, they bring it until your doorstep. Your food comes right outside your doorstep. Amazing. I know it is amazing. So when it's winter and people don't want to go outside a lot, you can just literally get your food in an easy way. That's something I really, really love. Because I know here in Tanzania, I don't know about other African countries, but I know here in Tanzania, if you order food online, you will start first arguing with the driver who is bringing you the food. Probably it will reach, it's not even looking good. It will take hours to come, but in China, that's different. Your food will come exactly the way it's supposed to come. It will be hot, and if you have any complaint, they will return your money. It's amazing. So that's something I really loved about China in the technology. But there are a lot of things, technology wise, but that's as much the things that I can remember. But when you go there, you'll see a lot of things, and you just be every time you just be like, wow, wow, wow. You'll get used, but you just be like, wow, all the time, all the time. And last thing I want to talk about now, the most interesting part, entertainment, partying in China. Okay, so I don't know about other cities, but in my city, it used to be lit. Like the nightlife was lit. When I say lit, like I really mean it, like lit, lit, lit. So the city I was in, I think as I mentioned before, I was in Hangzhou city, and by that time, so there are some Chinese clubs where they play Chinese musics, or if they play English music, they'll play musics like those old hip hop songs, or maybe like I'm coming home, or like diamonds in the sky. For them, those are the latest songs, and they will remix them to their own beats. It's sometimes fun, but I know for Africans, we kind of like our Afro. So yeah, but most people go there. One is to meet with Chinese, you connect to some, you can get Chinese friends from there. So if you want to get Chinese friends, because that's the time that they're drinking, they're having fun, that's the nice part to meet someone. So many people go there for connections, and some go there also, they give, most of them I know, the ones I know, they mostly give Africans like maybe free liquor. Yeah, you don't need like to do anything stupid, just you being there, just having fun. Yeah. So apart from that, there are other clubs that host Africans or international people. That's where they'll play Afro music, they'll play like your latest music from different countries. So, and I'm saying it's lit, it's because you hear songs that you don't even know which country this is from. Remember that side, there are countries, different countries. There are South Africans, there are Tanzanians, there are Nigerians, there are Zambians. So imagine hearing all these musics in one night. Guys, it's lit. Like, trust me, it is lit. So yeah, the DJs are mostly Africans in these African clubs. So yeah, the music will be really lit. There will be MCs, and guys, let's not forget, when you're in China, be sure to party with Nigerians. I am not saying this in maybe making other nationalities look bad, but guys, Nigerians know how to party, and that's their part. So if you are ever invited to party with Nigerians, please go. Thank me later. These people can party. They can party. They can party. Party with Nigerians. Other people that I enjoyed partying with them, Zambians. I don't know about other countries, but yeah, those two lit. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, you will love the night. By the time it's, and actually there are other clubs that will close around, let's say, 8 in the morning, and there are some that will open at that time until 11. 11 in the morning they will open. So guys, oh my god. And let's say you're driving in China, because yeah, people do drive there. You just have to do a test and get your license. And if you already have a license from your country, you can just go and translate it and get a Chinese license. Yeah. Then you can maybe rent a car, or you can buy a car. If you have the money to do so, you can do that. So let's say you're drinking, maybe the whole night you've been drinking. Before you start getting drunk, you can literally book somebody to drive you home when you're drunk, because you don't want to drive when you're drunk. So you book, just like you're booking Uber or Bolt, like, so you book like, come pick me up from this side, my car plate number is blah blah blah. So this person will come with a bicycle, a foldable bicycle. Yeah. And then when the time reaches to pick you up, they'll come, they'll fold their bicycle, put them in your car, put you inside your car, take you home, park your car, takes his bicycle and leaves. They won't steal a thing. Guys, China is amazing. I mean, this is the end of this video. If you ever get a chance to go to China, please do. It's fun. Even if it's just to visit, even just for a month, do. And enjoy, and use this video as a guideline. If you know anyone who is looking to go to China, you can share the link for this video, part 1 and part 2. Thank you for being here, guys. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. You're the reason I'm doing these videos. And be sure to see you guys in my next video. Love you and bye.